Everyone, welcome back to our channel. We learned some unsettling information about Judy Dupart today. This particular story has remained a mystery until now. Despite the fact that the pair has been quite open about many aspects of their lives. Let's look at what happened. The legend of Brat and their child is legendary. A normal day at home swiftly devolved into a nightmare as Brat and Judy Dupart allegedly left their newborn son. True legend, in the capable hands of his nanny. While they were out of town, during a brief moment of focus, TR managed to wander off course and approach a ladder as the house was receiving minor renovations. He attempted to climb it in a matter of seconds but slid and got hurt. D had just turned 1 year old and was just starting to walk and crawl. But luckily his caregiver was close by and came to his aid almost away. Brad and Judy have not said anything about this event on social media. Staff members were in the residence when the incident happened and brought it up during a conversation about the property's recent upgrades, were the only ones who informed the public about it. Although True seems to be recuperating nicely from his accident, this incident is a sobering reminder of how quickly things may go wrong. We send our warmest regards to Judy and baby, True. Additionally, they seem to have planned to keep it a secret, and the caregiver remains silent, possibly out of consideration for the family's privacy, for a fast recovery despite sharing their joys and sorrows with their followers. Brat and Judy Dupart had to go through a terrible experience behind closed doors that they chose not to talk about. The shocking story of how Brat, as you are aware, Judy Dupart and Brat have never backed down from a challenge, when a momentary diversion resulted in a horrible calamity that stunned their fans. Judy's peaceful day and that of their young son, True legend, turned into a nightmare. They have so far kept one episode a secret, even though they proudly and lovingly share many of their experiences. They are far from allowing the outside world into their lives. As you could see if you followed their journey from the pleasures of parenthood to their personal struggles. The story highlights the unpredictable nature of parenthood and the constant worry that even the smallest situation could turn disastrous. Which is exactly what happened on what seemed to be a true legend. Their tiny bundle of joy was in the hands of a trustworthy babysitter on a normal day when Dad and Judy left the house. Dread, with his newfound ability to crawl and walk, was at that exciting period of life when the world turns into an unending playground. And True was in that adventurous stage of life that most parents enjoy at the age of just over a year. Sources say that while most days were trouble-free, today wasn't. Going through a minor in what can only be characterized as a fleeting moment of distraction. True legend happened to stray into an area that was supposed to be off-limits at some time during the day. While renovation workers were scattered throughout the premises, the scenario seemed harmless enough, and little TR felt secure in the hands of his caregivers. Although the noise made by the workers was a normal mishap. Accidents can occur at any time, and nobody was ready for what came next. He had gone for a ladder that had been erected for maintenance, and toddlers can move very fast. Climbing the ladder may have sounded like a fun activity to his naive mind, but in reality there was a severe risk since, although he attempted to do so, it didn't take long to understand that he couldn't do it. Even though the fall was short, the little child must have been frightened when he slipped. Thankfully, although the caretaker's quick response and having someone close likely saved a far more catastrophic ending for everyone concerned. It is a huge relief that things did not worsen. However, in the turmoil that ensued, it was an all-too-real fear. Even though the incident left him with some scars and bruises that would not go away anytime soon, he was examined for injuries. The incident's emotional toll, interestingly, neither Brat nor Judy Dupart chose to speak out about this horrific event. One would have expected a post about the disaster given their candor and openness. A strong statement about the dangers of toddlerhood, or maybe a cautionary tale for other parents. But they remain silent. Rather, speculation has centered on the couple's motivation for hosting this celebration. Because they are often very transparent about it might not always be your desire to replay a horrific situation on social media, especially considering how difficult parenting is already. Insiders speculate that the couple may have also wished to keep the celebration under wraps in order to preserve True's privacy. Maybe they believed that since accidents occur in every home, this was an occurrence they didn't want the public to investigate. It's interesting to note that neither Judy nor Brat made this information public. Rather, it came to light when two maintenance staff members mentioned the incident while discussing the property's ongoing improvements. Despite the scare, it seems like the actual legend is on the verge of making a full recovery. Fans had to piece together the specifics when the conversation inadvertently made this private moment public. The two are most likely relieved because toddlers are inherently curious. This tragedy should serve as a caution to all parents that even in the safest of settings, things may go horribly wrong very fast. Those few moments when you believe everything is under control might lead to accidents. Although they haven't spoken out about it, the situation hasn't gotten worse. Indeed, the boy is resilient and will surely recover more quickly than ever before with the help of his devoted fruit, parents, and close-knit family. As fans of Brat and Judy, we can only imagine how scared and worried they must have been to get the news. Which is why it is still awful, even though it is every parent's worst nightmare. Their ability to manage it amicably and without excessive stress demonstrates their family's resilience in the face of parenthood's ups and downs. It is clear that they are making every effort to raise real legends in a nurturing and encouraging atmosphere. Let us pause let's wrap up our story by wishing Dote, Judy, and baby, True, the very best. I hope True recovers well and swiftly, and that Brat and Judy continue to handle the difficulties of fatherhood with the same poise and strength that they have shown thus far. Parenting is a journey filled with both exciting and terrible surprises, but any obstacle can be surmounted with the love and support of a family. Brat and her wife Judy Dupart have long been admired in the entertainment sector. Fans have watched the couple's journey with admiration since they have been transparent about many parts of their lives, from romance to the growth of their family. But despite all of the glamour and flair, life may occasionally take unexpected turns, and things are not always ideal. As a result, family was recently left in shock and begging for prayers following the death of their cherished son, True legend. Brat and Judy weren't home when the unimaginable occurred since they had left for what should have been a normal day. At the time of the horrific event, the real legend was under the supervision of a trustworthy babysitter and had just celebrated his first birthday. Fans are shocked and alarmed that this information, which was first kept secret, has finally surfaced. At just over 1 year old, he has entered what is referred to as the walking and crawling phase, which is everything. Although everything seemed to be in order, the family's home was undergoing repairs, and workers and contractors were scattered across the property, performing a variety of jobs. In such a typical setting, it's easy to understand how a youngster could perceive danger while his caregiver was away. Parents are all too familiar with this stage, which is filled with curiosity, exploration, and, unfortunately, potentially hazardous circumstances. For a brief period, True legend was preoccupied and left with the curiosity of any youngster. He was near a ladder that the maintenance team had erected, and in that instant, any parent would have shuddered at what had happened, perhaps thinking it would be an exciting challenge. Little True legend attempted to ascend the ladder. The circumstances surrounding his fall from the ladder are yet unknown, but it looks like he was injured. The damage had already been done when his caretaker, who was not far behind, rushed to his rescue.